man was brought into a police cell. He had been arrested following a family complaint. He never walked out.
A prison is usually termed as a total institution, and because it's a total institution where all life of a prisoner is totally dependent on the institution, whatever happens to a prisoner, the government is held accountable.
The post-mortem was clear. The deceased had a fractured cervical spine consistent with external force applied to the neck.
So in the case of a death of a prisoner, therefore, the government is presumed to have played a part to contribute towards the death of that prisoner, and therefore situation and circumstance and science must be applied to rebut this kind of thinking and to explain and to be accountable to the community.
The injuries were inconsistent with hanging or self-inflicted harm.
So in this regard, we carry out forensic medicine and we report. After prompt notification, we ensure meticulous documentation of what happened and transpired to try to reconstruct the situation prior to the death, and we ensure that the police carries out a post-mortem and provides us with records. And our function after that is record preservation, for as long as it is legally allowable.
Modern capabilities have been onboarded in our work as the Directorate of Forensic Services, especially for our crime scene officers. This has been done over the years by the police leadership, and since taking over office in 2019, this has been a consistent effort by the leadership of the police and the government. Now, this has enabled us to be able to process the scenes with much better clarity, but most importantly, to collect better evidential material from these scenes.
6 people were convicted of murder. 2 were serving police officers and received 18-year sentences. The court found they had a duty to protect the man in their care, and they failed to do so. Not every crime scene has a body. Someone walked into a government office, connected a device the size of a thumb, and harvested the access credentials of Uganda Revenue Authority staff.
Previously, UPF relied more on witness testimony, but as we all know, witnesses sometimes forget, others die, others lie. However, with science, we have been able to have trained forensics experts to enhance our investigation.
Investigators imaged the seized laptops. On one of them was Uganda Revenue Authority staff VPN profile. Prosecutors alleged that the group intercepted and manipulated customs and tax data, causing financial loss and compromising the integrity of URA's electronic systems. 2 were acquitted where the evidence did not place them at the scene. That is not a failure of forensic science. It is a forensic science working exactly as it should. Science is the confirmation of what is true and what is not. A murder prosecution. Physical exhibits were retrieved from the scene. A coat, an axe, and forensic samples submitted for analysis. The court then assessed the evidence and the forensic reports tendered before it. The forensic report described a sample that could only have come from a cut section of the coat, but the coat presented in court showed no such cut. The court found the discrepancies serious enough to undermine the exhibit record, and all accused were acquitted.
The forensic evidence, the legal aid service providers have used it as part of the process of protecting and defending their clients' cases through cross-examination, interrogating the accuracy, interrogating the preservation, and also where there has been forceful confessions.
Administration of justice is a chain of stakeholders. We do play a role at the early stages, but we also recognize the efforts of all our colleagues in the investigations, the prosecutors, and the judiciary, who we rely on to give us feedback on how to improve our services. We also recognize that it's now ever increasingly important that we continuously have a coherent digital platform that can be able to communicate across the entire chain, from the crime scene to the court.
3 cases, 2 moments where forensic science helped courts reach justice that would have been difficult to achieve otherwise, and 1 moment where weak procedure made the science less useful than it should have been. The courts did not fail, the system that feeds them did. Uganda is no longer asking whether forensic science works. It's building a modern, accredited forensic system that supports regional cooperation, stronger investigations, and evidence-based justice.